With spring just around the corner, a lot of us are maybe thinking about getting the lawnmower serviced and ready to roll. Well, we make it put an extension on that and push it out a month. We'll explain. In studio with us, Dr. Shalene Miller. She's with the city of Winston-Salem. We'll find out a little bit more about what she does. It has to do with some sustainability in the mowing thing. It's a portion of what we're going to be talking about. Dr. Miller, thanks for coming in, sharing with us. Explain a little bit about your job, your role, and sustainability.
So I'm Director of Sustainability and Intergovernmental Relations, so I have two roles. As Sustainability Director, I am in charge of helping the city save energy. We are looking at native plantings. We are a part of keeping the city clean and green with Keep Winston-Salem Beautiful. Most recently, we have done some work on food resilience, have a food resilience report, environmental justice. We cover a lot.
And something to do with sustainability. And we've heard, I've actually interviewed someone about Mow May, but now something with the city and even county working together with Mow March?
That's right.
Explain.
So Mow May started in the United Kingdom, and our weather's a little bit different. And so we're doing Mow March to fit with our growing season. Mow March and Mow May is about the pollinators. And the earliest part of the season, when the pollinators are first emerging, that is when it's really critical to make sure they have enough food. And by allowing things to grow a little bit more, even your weeds that flower a little bit, that's key for our pollinators. And it's not just, honeybees, but there are hundreds of local pollinators that are benefited.
So I'm thinking like natural areas, places that maybe don't get mowed on a regular basis. We think of those are nice little wooded, nice, beautiful wildflowers and stuff like that. Now our yards, we won't manicure it in about, 3 to 4 inches with grass, but just let that grow. Very simple.
That's right. And a lot of people say, there are no more bees. I never see bees. Well, it's because we're growing a monoculture of grass. And the grass does very little for the environment. And in fact, on top of it, the mowing with a gas lawnmower is creating greenhouse gases, creates sound pollution. And so we can do without all that. And with Mow March, we're going to back off just a little bit, delay mowing until April. And in March, you won't get cited for not mowing. And so if you just wait, it will be cited in April. So make sure you get on it then.
Now, this is for the city of Winston-Salem, for residents
This is for residents of the city. And both the city and the county are dedicating certain parks to this as well. The city will dedicate 8 parks, 1 in each ward, and the county is doing 5 as well, that we will not mow except for ball fields. We're going to keep those functional in order to increase the active pollinators.
Talking about keeping our yard sustainable with Mow March, with the city of Winston-Salem expanding into the county, really anybody can participate. We're learning more about the movement, shall we say, with Dr. Shalene Miller, with Sustainability and Intergovernmental Relations Director with the city of Winston-Salem, learning more about how we can be more bee-friendly. And understand that Winston-Salem is a bee city. Explain a little bit about that.
So cities sign up to be bee cities by agreeing to do certain things. One is to have a board that overlooks to make sure we're doing positive things. Another is doing things to reduce the things that kill our pollinators, the chemicals we put out there. So one thing we did in this last year is the city is piloting an industrial steamer. The steamer can be used instead of Roundup to kill the weeds in between. It'll save thousands of dollars in chemicals. It will also save thousands of gallons in terms of those chemicals. So that's one of the things we're doing. And then another piece of that is outreach. And so when you come out and see us, say, at Earth Day, you'll get handouts. You'll see things like a bee hotel, things you can otherwise do to improve our pollinator outlook.
When we talk about pollinators and bees, it's vital. It's important in the ecosystem that they do their job,
Absolutely.
and it carries through the rest of the year, right?
Absolutely. We want to bring them up, especially our native pollinators. Honeybees are good, we need them for our crops, but our native pollinators, which includes certain moths and butterflies, even some flies that are around that are really important to our flowers, our trees, everything else around, our birds that eat them. Some of our trees, for example, we need caterpillars and other things, and all the birds rely on those. And so without that insect population, we're going to lose the birds as well.
Now, I've heard, I guess in other conversations that I've had over the past years, talking about honeybees or bees in decline. That's a major problem too. So we need to be good stewards of our bees and our pollinators.
Well, and the honeybees suffer just as the other bees from the chemicals we've applied on everything. They go and they pick that up and they bring it home. So yes, the honeybees are also helped by the same things of decreasing chemicals, increasing what they can get to in a food source.
We're talking with Dr. Shailene Miller with City of Winston-Salem, talking about Mow March. We've heard of Mow May, but we're backing it up to our growing season. Kind of kicks off with the spring, warmer weather, and all the lawns growing. Kind of pushing out that growing season for us, letting things grow a little bit longer with the pollinators kind of doing their thing in the month of March, and then jumping on into, I guess, with the mowing, the bulk of that, of our manicured lawns in April. Of course, we talk about mowing. We're talking about, I think about like mowing my yard as a citizen, or someone that is a homeowner. But the city of Winston-Salem is jumping into this as well.
Yes, we are not mowing the parks. Not all the parks, just 8 parks in the city, 5 parks in the county, which will not be mowed except for the ball fields, and that will help increase our pollination. On top of that, we are starting our first wildflower meadow in Happy Hill neighborhood. There was some killing of the old weeds and grass that were there, and between the greenway and the park, you will see a lovely acre meadow coming up in this year.
So I love it that everybody's kind of working together for the Mow March, and everybody can participate no matter where they live in our listening area, right?
Absolutely. In particular, in the city, you will not get cited for not mowing in March until April, but of course the whole county can participate in Mow March.
And beyond that, maybe some conversation wherever you live with the HOA, or if it's on a private land, you can do what you want. But communication is vital with some of this.
That's very true. But we do in the city also have a natural landscape ordinance that was passed last year, and that expanded the ability of our residents to create natural landscapes where they dedicate certain portions of their yard outside of a distance from the sidewalk or from the road, and you can grow above your mandatory 8 inches there by growing native plants, things that are going to help wildlife and the environment. There is a rule that you do have to get registered, because we believe you need to be intentional. You need to know what you're planting and not just have grass get out of wild. We're not going for the wild grass, just I have no reason to do anything. But you can get registered. We give you a nice sign to show that you are a part of this program, and it's free.
It's a win-win.
Yes.
And a win with the pollinators, and of course why we're doing this for Mow March right here in our area. We're talking with Dr. Shailene Miller with the City of Winston-Salem, learning more about and encouraging all of us to be bee friendly during this season of growing in the spring, and maybe pushing off our mowing until April. I think it's doable. I don't know. Talk about the Sustainability Award nominations. Explain a little bit about that and how we can get involved.
Absolutely. So the Sustainability Awards, it's our first year running these, but hopefully not our last. So hopefully it's our first annual Sustainability Awards. They will be judged by the City Sustainability Committee, and they will be given out at the Earth Day Fair by our mayor. We have 3 awards. One is for Resident of the Year for Sustainability. One is for Young Person, so Best Person Under 18 doing work for sustainability, and Best Project in the City. And you can nominate others or nominate yourself. The resident does have to live in the city, or the project has to benefit Winston-Salem residents.
And the best way to people to get more information or to nominate someone?
The best way is to go through our website, and you will have a link to the form there. So
Dr. Miller, as we're wrapping up, any other things we can do as far as being sustainable, being good stewards of what we're given as far as our yards, our wild areas, pollinators? What can we do to be better, I guess, at all that?
Well, first I'd say plant a few more natives in your yard. It's perfectly fine to have annuals. It's fine to have those pretty flowers you like, but planting something native gives the wildlife that is indigenous here a place to be, a place to eat, a place to have their young. Second is, think about switching out your mower. Maybe try some electric equipment instead of the gas. It's going to reduce greenhouse gases, reduce that emissions that are right around your house, but it'll also help everybody else with sound pollution as well.
And it's all doable. It's all right there at our fingertips. We have the power to really make some good changes intentionally, as we want to be good stewards of being sustainable with our yards and the pollinators. We're all kind of working with this thing together. Just by making a few adjustments can be really good for our bees and our wild areas and our yards as well. Again, you can find out more information. We've got it on our website through the City of Winston-Salem and Sustainability. Check it out, WBFJ.FM. Now, Dr. Miller, we were talking about, of course, things we can do, but there's actually some free offerings available to the citizens and, I guess, residents of Winston-Salem.
Yes. Every year we do Roots Day, which is our annual tree planting program. And that will happen on February 22nd, and we welcome volunteers to come out and help plant trees. But the week leading up to that, February 17th through 21st, we are having tree care workshops at some of the libraries. And if you show up to that, you get to go home with a persimmon tree, which is a local fruiting tree.
Totally free. Just
totally
show up.
Free. Just show up, learn how to plant it, and take care of it.
Again, more information on City of Winston-Salem's website with sustainability. And, of course, we have links for you at WBFJ.FM.